Come on in, come on in, come on in. All geeks are welcome in this space. Let's learn together and seek his face. I'm Lem Philyaw, aka Bad Gamer Elite, your host for the Sound Maiden podcast, sponsored by lifepromotions.org. God, Games, and Geekery gives us an opportunity every month to chat about the crossroads of our passions and our faith. I can't wait to learn and discuss with you. Welcome to the 62nd episode, my friends. Episode 62. Okay, I honestly want to know if you want to put it in a comment on stream or in our Discord, or send me an email, which is badgamer@lifepromotions.org. How many of you thought we'd actually make it to episode 62? I mean, a lot has changed, right? But episode 62, I'm so excited about it. Oh my goodness. I want to thank one of our sponsors. You guys, we have quite a few sponsors, but I'm gonna thank this time Press Start Games in Appleton, founder of the G3 layer that you will find at Quake's this winter. Quake, the winter/spring youth event. Check it out, quakeevent.org. And if you're anywhere near Appleton, Wisconsin, make sure you stop in and see Zach over at Press Start Games. Clear Hits Radio, folks, you know I'm talking to you because I know you're listening on Green Bay's Clear Hits Radio. So go ahead and, do the thing. Head on down to Press Start Games. Do the thing. Hey, so what's been up with me this month? I'm so glad you asked. Thanks for asking. I'm so glad that you care about my wellness and stuff like that. We're not really going to get into my wellness. That's a road we're not going down. But what have I been playing? What have I been doing? Well, obviously I've been playing Fortnite. You know that. But I have also been playing Overwatch 2. You guys, we are back into Overwatch 2, and that game still triggers me. Absolutely triggers me. And there's been interactions that I've not been completely pleased with, and purchases and all that. It's a little janky. It was started out very janky, but that's my experience. I know others of my friends have had nothing but great times with it, and I have great times playing with my friends. As a matter of fact, I have a picture of my friend Tyler on my desk, and he is one of the absolute best DPS folks I have ever met in Overwatch. He taught me so many things about Widowmaker, and I publicly want to say thank you, Tyler, for doing that. Appreciate it. You guys, but I have been playing a lot of Fortnite. I am through the battle pass for Fortnite. I am level 175, and we usually place top 5 in games. Sometimes we don't, but most of the time it's top 5. But I'm at level 175. I'm trying to get to level 200 again, so that I can get to I can get all of the extra skin stuff, or outfits as they call them. I call them skins. But by getting that far and through everything that we've been doing, I have 314 skins that we use for our gametography pieces. But I am loving Save the World. Still loving Save the World. They just added a new door to darkness scary thingy with this one character that I have to try. I have to get him. I have to use him. So I'll be playing a lot of Save the World this storyline just to get him. He's so good. So good. If you have not tried Save the World in Fortnite, you are missing out. The writing is amazing. The comedy, the acting, it's so good. The voice acting. Okay, and if you enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn, the actress who did the voice of Aloy, you know who she is? She does the voice of one of the main characters in Save the World. So, guys, you gotta play Save the World. It's not Battle Royale, it's player versus environment. It's so good. What else have I been playing? I've been trying to get through my backlog, of course. You guys know I have a huge backlog of games. But my goal this year was to finish 10 stories. And if I finished any battle passes or anything like that, that would count too. If I finished seasons of things, that would count too if I completely did it. And I hit my goal of 10 games. I did Legend of Korra, Immortals Phoenix Rising, Octodad, Horizon Forbidden West, What Remains of Edith Finch, Bug Snacks, Beyond Blue, Rhyme, Knack, Castle Evolution. Then I also did the Fortnite Battle Passes, 3 of those so far for this year. And I did the Hot Wheels racing season. But on top of that, I have been really enjoying my Steam Deck. I have a Valve Steam Deck. For those of you who don't know, it is basically a handheld PC. I'm able to play a ton of, not all of, but a ton of my PC games on this handheld. And it's so cool because now I can be in the living room. My wife and my kids can be watching YouTube videos that I have no interest in, and I can be playing games and we can still be talking. It's really cool. So I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley on that. I've been playing Marvel Snap. Oh my gosh. Pick up Marvel Snap. It's really cool. I've been playing Hamsterdam on it. Disney Infinity 3.0, the Halo Master Chief Collection, Unruly Heroes. I finished Destroy All Humans. Is that on my list? It's not on my list. Guys, it's not on my list. That's 11 stories finished. I did Destroy All Humans. Yeah, so I've been really enjoying still playing the PC games, but it's like I'm playing them on a console because I can hook up my Steam Deck to a TV still and use my Xbox controller and play. So it's really cool. I love it. Absolutely awesome. Let's see here. Gametography wise, I did a lot of photos in Destroy All Humans. I am planning on doing some in Overwatch 2 because there's a lot of new skins and a lot of new aesthetics to the whole game. I've been looking forward to that. TV wise though, I really haven't been watching a lot of TV. I've been watching a lot of art YouTube. I'm learning to draw. One of my goals this year was to get better at drawing. So I've been watching Domestika videos. I subscribe to a service called Domestika, and I've been learning a lot more about art. And I have been playing more with other mediums. I picked up, guys, did you know they have watercolor crayons? Watercolor crayons, and they look good. I like them a lot. So you can check those out. But I did Inktober. That's where you are supposed to draw in ink a day in October. I did not go 31 days. I got to 24, which I think it was super a good first time. Good first time for that. So October, and then I had another goal that I wanted to improve being able to draw chibis, because I think chibis are adorable. They're cute. If you don't know what a chibi is, it's like the cute little squished up art people. Like they look like, little tiny, some of them look like kids. They could be adults, but they look like kids. That's the type of art, not really detailed. I really wanted to learn how to do that. And I got to tell you guys, I'm doing pretty good with it. I'm not to where I want to be, but I am. It's absolutely, I am getting there. And so I'm really excited. I found that out today. I was bullet journaling. I was setting up a new journal, and I pulled all the goals for myself of what I wanted to do, what I said that I wanted to do. And I actually have, I've reached quite a few of my goals for that, so which is really great. And one of my other goals is to get a few nameplates in Overwatch. Not nameplates, titles. So you can, in Overwatch 2, you have these great nameplates, and underneath your name you can get like a title. Like right now mine is Nomad. I want more than just Nomad. And I have found that even more so now that Overwatch is no longer a 6-person game, it's a 5-person game. Now that it's a 5-person game, you guys, it is very much a team game. You cannot split off. You can't be lone gun. And healers have to heal. So I started picking up healers and being Moira. And I've gotten so many thanks and so many endorsements because I tell people, hey, I'm not a DPS or a damage per second healer. I am here to heal you. Put out the damage, I will keep you healed. And people have thanked for that because Moira is traditionally, people go out and they just try to do all the DPS they can. Now damage the other team as much as they can as Moira, and they forget to heal. I heal, and if I have to protect myself or help somebody out of a scrape, I will DPS. And there have been times when my DPS and my healing, because I'm trying to do both, they are equal, and that's kind of what you want to see. If you are playing a Moira that is going to DPS, your healing should be as good or more than your DPS. And it's been great. And it's been also kind of cool to hear the thank yous for that. And I want to talk to our friend. We haven't had him on for a while. We want to talk to our friend Lucas about what's it like, what should it be like giving thanks as geeky gamers. Let's go talk to Lucas. All right, guys, you know I like to keep my promises.
Whoa.
And I have brought with me. What?
I'm trying to get prepped. What are we doing?
We're just going into the conversation. Stop prepping.
That's good.
What's up, guys? Hey, I promised you something cool. We haven't had this guy on in forever, especially if we're doing the video. If you're seeing the video piece of this, you haven't seen this guy in forever. It's Lucas.
What's going on, everybody?
Lucas is here.
Happy to be here, Lem.
Oh, thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course.
So in true,
I'm thankful for you and the opportunity to be here.
Okay, so in true ADHD fashion, it's Lucas and I.
Well, I've never been tested. I have no idea if I have ADD, Lem. It'd be impossible to tell. I've never been. No doctor's ever told me, so I probably don't have it.
Lies and deceptions. So, true ADHD fashion, Lucas and I said, we got to get an episode out. We should probably have a discussion. Actually, I said it. I said, Lucas, you want to come in and talk?
And I'm in for it. Let's do it.
Oh, so Lucas, this month we're talking about not just giving Thanksgiving, but giving thanks.
Yeah.
Right? I have been playing Overwatch lately.
Sure.
And you can...
Wait, Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 2?
Yes.
Overwatch 1 Redux.
It's all the same. Okay, it's a little different. It is a little different. 5 players makes the game so much more chaotic.
All right, that's 6. Good. We like that.
But in Overwatch, you can give thanks to people. As a matter of fact, Blizzard, surprise, Shyamalan twist, right?
Sure.
They put challenges in there to thank different roles.
Yeah. Because nobody wants to play support, everyone wants to play DPS.
Right.
So by giving thanks to support players or tank players, makes them maybe be a little bit more encouraged to play those positions because they're needed. Yeah. But that's not necessarily the most what's the word I'm thinking? The most appealing, right?
DPS all the way, everybody.
Right.
Even some support, some healers like Moira's.
Yeah. Do Moira players know they can heal, or do they just?
This one does. As a matter of fact, I think that part of that is even the support people to giving thanks to some of these other folks.
Sure.
Like when I play Moira, I put in chat, not a DPS Moira, call out for heals.
Sure.
because I appreciate when my tank is alive to protect me. I appreciate it when our DPS can take down the other tanks.
Sure.
And I have found that 9 times out of 10, when I heal as Moira, we survive.
Sure.
When we have another competent healer, we survive, and their Moira, because obviously they're always going to have another Moira on the other side.
Of course.
They're like, ooh, DPS, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And then we shut them down.
Sure.
What kind of experience have you had in that, like in gaming, with giving thanks or receiving thanks?
Yeah, I know we did do a little bit of prep, everyone, but we're going to go off script immediately. So in my experience, like, I'm thankful for a lot of my friends growing up that taught me how to play video games, to find a community of people to do life together. I was a bit of a nerd before being a nerd was cool and popular, and I often felt ostracized or felt alone in that. And by having a good number of friends, I'm thinking of my friend RJ and Andy, like, we would get together and we'd play video games, and like we would do life together, and they would teach me how to play if I was struggling. They would help me become a better player, and just to help me to, it's fun just to play Overwatch, but it's a little bit more fun when you're winning, right?
It is a lot more fun when you're winning.
It's not about winning, it's just a community. So they would help me get better, never dumping on me, but always encouraging me to do my very best. And so I know we're talking about in-game Thanksgiving, but I just know from my friend circle growing up, I had a great group of friends that invited me into the community, that helped me be the best player that I could be in games that I wasn't great at. I'm not great at racing games, but they loved to play racing games. They'd bring me in, teach me how to be a better player. And I had an absolute blast doing those things. And so one of the games that I do play that has an in-game thankful feature or cheer feature is Magic Online. I play Magic the Gathering.
Guys, when I talk about my friend that is obsessed with Magic, this is the face.
This is me. And so we'll get together and we'll play a format known as Commander, where there's 4 of us playing this game. And then at the end of the game, you can award points. And it's very open-ended, and it can be whatever. You won, great, you can have a point for doing that. You can award a point for, it doesn't matter. And so a lot of times you're going, hey, my friend had a great play. That was brilliant. I just want him to know that I saw that, I reckon. You didn't win the game, but man, you did something really, really cool, really interesting. I'm giving you props for just being straight up awesome. That's
great. So how can we take our in-game thanks, whether it's like Overwatch like I play or Fortnite, because those of you who haven't played Save the World yet, play Save the World. It's freaking amazing.
Does Save the World even exist?
Yes.
Nobody knows.
It is.
I think it's just a thing that pops up. No one's ever played it.
You can give people a thumbs up at the end of that. Or even in-game, you can do, if you have the emote, you could do the don't have a good day, have a great day.
Oh boy.
From Free.
Just pause. I just want to say, the games like Overwatch have been accused of being toxic.
Yeah.
Games, they've been accused of being very salt-inducing. Like, what is the importance of being thankful? Like that there at the end, just a little bit. Is that helpful to the community?
Oh, absolutely. I have found, actually, by being that thankful person, by being going into chat and saying thank you and doing encouragement and stuff like that, actually going into voice chat, I have actually made great friends that have translated over into other games, into other systems and stuff like that. There are folks that I've said, like on TikTok, I've just said thank you to them, and that started a whole conversation.
Sure.
And now we are IRL friends. They've traveled to Wisconsin from California and just hung out.
That's really cool.
We had one person that came and helped out at one of our festivals.
Yeah.
Because of our relationship that we've made on TikTok for me saying thank you.
So that's important. Yeah. People need that, and they crave that. They want to know that they're appreciated, that they're known, and that they're loved.
Yeah. So how do we do that? In real life, like, I mean, it seems super simple to like say, hey, thanks, Bob, for getting the TPS reports done.
Bob would never do a TPS report.
Not our Bob, I'm saying the general Bob. The general Bob.
Sure. Yeah, I think it starts with recognizing that people have value. That we're all different, right? Like, I don't want to get preachy here, but like, get
preachy all you want.
As the body of Christ, like, we all are. We're not all the head. We're not all the feet. We need each other to do the stuff. And it's important that we recognize the impact that each other has, even though it looks different or feels different than the impact you might have, than what Bob might have. And by first recognizing that and seeing that people have inherent value just by being, I think it allows us to be more appreciative of them, recognizing that, okay, I know I'm bringing DPS to the table, but I can't do the DPS thing unless it's... How many times have you gotten mad at your tank that's just ran off and isn't participating?
Sorry.
Because even though the kills are coming from the DPS player, or majority of the kills, let's be honest, you need that tank player. And by recognizing they bring something different to the table, we have this opportunity to go, oh, wow, I need that. I'm thankful for that. Which I think in turn allows people to feel appreciated. Like, I have value. I am bringing things to the table. I believe Einstein, it can't be Einstein. It wasn't Einstein. Shakespeare? I don't know. I should fact check myself. But the quote, everyone's a genius. But if people are judged by if a fish is judged by the ability to climb a tree, the fish will find its whole life thinking it's a failure. And so until we can recognize that we're all different, we all bring different things to the table, that we all work together as a team, I think that allows you to start saying thank you to these other players. Like, hey, thanks for what you're bringing that allows me to do what I do, that allows you to do what you do, and I see you and I appreciate you. And that gives that person encouragement that goes, oh, I am contributing. I have value. I have a worth. Yes, and then that allows them to be who they have been created to be, even more so.
Where is that? How is that biblical even? Like, I mean, like, when we think about it, because this is what we do with God, Games, and Geekery. It's God first.
Sure. Yes.
But, how do we even say this is what we're commanded to do? This is what, as a Christian, this is why I do that.
Yeah. There's a number of scriptures. We're not prepared. I could pull them up. Lem, you can throw them up on the screen later.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
All right, sweet. Good luck. Yeah. But
there's no screen on the audio.
We've got a camera in front of us, so that's what's going on. So, like, first off, like, we are created in the image of God. Like, all of us have been created in the image. We are all Christ's image bearers, God's image bearers. We are. And if I am, then you are. And if I'm treating you anything with less than respect or integrity, like, that's disrespecting the masterpiece that God has created in you, right? And in the same way, Christ died on the cross for our sins, right? And if Christ is willing to die on the cross for our sins, God himself is willing to come to earth to die on the cross, how much more so should we, sinners ourselves, be looking out for one another, recognizing that, hey, none of us are perfect. We're all failures. We all fall short of the glory of God, and that we need him, and we're redeemed in him. And so this is one of Bob Lenz's sermons, is through creation and through the cross, we know that we all have intrinsic value, and we should treat each other as such. And also, Christ says, while we were yet sinners, that he died for us. And if Christ is dying for us while we're sinners, how much more so Christ, who's God, to die for, that we should be treating each other with respect and value. That even though, hey, maybe you wronged me, maybe my friend Lem wronged me, and I'm like, no, Lem wronged me. I'm not gonna be nice to him. My goodness, we gotta learn to forget and move on. And I know there's different categories here. This is not like an end-all, be-all statement. There's some really cataclysmic errors that have taken place. Yeah. Sins that have occurred against you, Lem, that can't just be like, oh, I forgive him and move on. Like, their deep healing needs to take place. But we can recognize in the majority of the cases, we can go, yeah, they've sinned against me. That I'm going to choose to forgive them. That doesn't mean you have to choose to be their best friend, but I forgive them. I'm going to treat them with value and worth even still. Not because of who I am, but because of who Christ is in my life.
Well, that's a sermon.
Oh, I don't know if it's a good sermon, but something's in there.
Lucas, if people wanted to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you? Where can they find you? What is this sweatshirt you're wearing?
Oh, my goodness. QuakeEvent.com. So I run our Quake events, which are weekend youth events for students, grades 6 through 12, to come hang out. We got a live worship band. We got a live speaker. We have a lot of fun, workshops, games. We've got God Gave the Geeker leads a workshop every year. Bad Gamer Elite himself, hosts our events, have an absolute blast. And so, check us out, quakeevent.com, if you want to come be a part of it. But you can always reach out to me, Lucas, at lifepromotions.org. You have questions. I just asked Lem the questions you asked me, so you can just ask Lem too. Lem, what does the Bible say? And then Lem tells me, and then I tell you. So you can just go to Lem as well. So it's been my practice most of my life.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, thanks, Lucas.
Yeah, thanks, Lem.
Hey, Lucas, thank you so much for joining us. That was fantastic. Guys, drop Lucas a line. And it's an experience working with Lucas. Every conversation has something deep. Like, even if it's surface level, we're talking about lunch, we end up somewhere deep, and it's awesome, and I love it. Thank you for being here, Lucas. Guys, I want to take a look at the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5. It's a pretty cool thing that I want to point out here. But the chapter is the end of this letter that he's writing to the early church, right? Paul's writing to the early church, and they're talking about all these different things. And one of the things he says, verse 18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. All right? And there's all kinds of things about final instructions all in this chapter. I really want to focus real quick on that verse itself. Now, yes, we know that we should be giving thanks to God. It's pretty much of a no-brainer. And in all situations, right? Hey, he brought you through this. Hey, he brought you to this. But how many of us actually stop and thank the people that might be causing us some troubles? Like, legitimately thanking them. Seeing what God is teaching you through that, and then going back and saying, hey, you wronged me in this way, but this is what I learned from it, and I would not have learned that the way that I did without you, and I appreciate it. Right? Like, for instance, when I first started playing Moira, I was a DPS Moira. I was 100% a DPS Moira. If I had to be healer, I went Moira and I DPS'd. But then someone sat me down and said, hey, look at the stats on how much you are healing versus how much you are hurting. If you're going out to do DPS, our actual DPS people do a better job at it. Your strength is in a heal. And now the way I play Moira has changed. And I've actually said thank you to that person that said, and no uncertain terms, you stink at Moira. Right? But I learned, and I was able to say thank you to them. So guys, make sure this month, what I would like for you to do, what I want us to do, is I want us to find the opportunities to give thanks for all the situations we find ourselves in. And if you're having trouble with that, hit me up. Shoot me an email. badgamer@lifepromotions.org. If you've got questions about anything, hit me up, man. We have a Discord. Check out the Discord. If you want to know more about what we do here for God Games and Geekery, let us know. Heck, if you want to be a sponsor of God Games and Geekery, shoot me an email. We'll figure something out. Hey, thank you for being here. I love it. It's episode 62. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, you're geeky, you are loved, and always leave people better than you found.